Oukitel must have liked my WP20 video because they've sent me a present and asked me to review it. Let's check this out. So that's right, Oukitel got in touch with me and said, would I like to review their latest phone? Although I thought the WP20 was their latest phone, but apparently not. They've sent me the WP19. Numbers going backwards, but higher spec phone. Never mind. Anyway, this is the box that came in. As you can see, nothing special on the box, just a nice silver logo. Probably looks black on the video. And we got some details on the back there. Nothing too amazing. In the box we get a fast charger, that's 27 watt fast charger, USB-C cable, and SIM tool and some paperwork. Nothing too particular and nothing special. But wait till you see the phone, then you'll see something special. This is the phone. Now it might not look so big there on camera, but to give you some idea how big this thing is. That's my normal phone. That's my Xiaomi Mi Note 10 Pro, and yeah, this thing dwarfs this, and that's a reasonably sized phone. Now the reason this thing is so big is because this holds a 21,000 milliamp battery. Now this Xiaomi has a 5,300 milliamp battery, and I can go 3 days on this, no problem whatsoever. This thing is guaranteed to last a week. And I reckon the way I use a phone, I'll probably get like a week and a half out of it. Let's take a look at this beast of a phone. Now, even though this video is kind of sponsored, I mean, they gave me the phone after all, I'm going to say what I really think about this. I'm not going to BS anybody and tell them it's great when maybe it's not, or tell them it's not good when maybe it is. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel about it. Now, I've been using this for the last week, and first thing I've got to tell you is this is one heavy phone. This is not something you could just put in your pocket, because if you did, your pants would probably fall down. That's how heavy it is. But one thing I would like to point out is the screen. It's an IPS display. I'll put the stats over there so you can get an idea of the stats. But it's very nice and smooth. It's very responsive. Works really well. Let's take a look around the side of the phone. So here we got the customizable button. This button can be programmed to act as anything. So you can use it to launch apps, switch on the light, use it as a camera shutter, use it as an emergency siren button. Anything you want, it can be linked to any app on the phone. We have our SIM tray here, and also we can put our micro SD card in there. At the bottom we've got our USB-C input and our headphone jack, standard size headphone jack that is. And on this side, we've got our fingerprint sensor and power button, which is very fast to react. Just watch this. So I'll put my finger on it now. And as you can see, that works pretty well. And we've also got our textured volume rocker here. And around the back, we have the cameras, and one of them is a Sony sensor. And that's a very special camera. So up here, we've got our 64 megapixel main camera, a 2 megapixel macro lens, and a very special Sony 20 megapixel night vision lens, and of course the flash. And here we have our night vision LEDs. So before we take a look at some games, because this is a gaming channel after all, let's check out the quality of the camera. First, with a video demonstration of the night vision. Okay, so here we are in this very, very dark place. You can tell it's echoing like crazy. And if I use this phone, you can see there's absolutely nothing that you can see. But just check out what happens when I put this phone into night mode. Look at that. We can see perfectly. Isn't that amazing? So we'll put it back into normal camera mode. Can't see a thing. Put it into night vision mode, and we can see that is some really good footage. In fact, let's take a picture of that. Now this device is able to record video in 4K at 30 frames per second. This video footage you're seeing now is recorded in 4K at 30 frames per second, and it looks quite nice, doesn't it? So let's take a look at some sample photos taken with the WP19. Okay, so here we are taking a video with the front-facing camera on the Oukitel WP19, and as you can see, it's not too bad, is it? The sound quality could be better though, but video quality wise, not bad at all. As you can see behind me, nice and colourful. Look at that. Okay, let's check out the rear-facing camera, the proper camera, and see how well that takes videos. I think you'll agree that the camera quality on this phone is pretty good. The sound recording is not very hot when recording video on it, but the picture quality, not bad at all. Okay, let's check out how it handles some emulation. So let's load up a core. We're in RetroArch. Now remember when we tried Nintendo 64 on the last phone, or was it a tablet? Whatever it was, it just completely crapped out when we played Bangeo. Do you remember that? Well, let's see how this phone handles the exact same game. Will it be able to handle it without melting down? We'll soon find out. No, it didn't crap out. It worked quite well. Yeah, it's good to see. Alright, so Nintendo 64 is a winner. Now we're not going to try any low-level emulators on this. We're going to go for the big boys. So next, let's check out PSP.
Ghostbusters, did your haunting and apparition, poltergeist, phantasm, raid, banshee, demon, spectre, torture, solo? What? No, we do not summon dead family members and catch them, so you can ask the combination to the safe.
Alright, that is looking good. I've got the buffer switched on as well, so normally the buffer slows down emulation. But this is working perfectly fine.
If you didn't put it in there,
Oops, wrong button. Continue.
you don't want to eat it. Especially if it looks like cottage cheese. Ugh.
This might be a little dangerous. Great. Danger is our life.
So there we had PSP. Let's check out Last Bronx on the Sega Saturn. Now this thing never seems to run properly on any device I check it on. Let's see if this phone can run it. Let's see how well it's going to play. Is it going to be slow and jerky with skipping audio, or is it going to be nice and smooth? Oh, whoa. It's good. And it's responsive. Oh yes. This phone can run Sega Saturn emulation. Oh nice. Now this is the free version of Yabasan Shiro which I'm using. So this is not the latest version, but yeah, it seems to be handling this pretty well. Look at that. Let's let a bomb off, see how it affects the frame rate. No, no worries at all. Okay, let's check out GameCube. Okay, here we are with the GameCube emulation. This game has never worked on anything so far. In fact, it's never even been... Oh, that's a good sign. It's never been remotely playable. That usually skips like crazy. Looks like we could be in for some GameCube emulation. Alright, not bad so far. Osaka Highway. Go for a Mitsubishi. Good old Evo. Check it out. Okay, well so far it's been a lot better than any device I've checked GameCube emulation on so far. It hasn't skipped once. Oh, there we go. It's grounded to a halt.
3, 2, 1.
Might be able to hear the phone vibrating there. Okay, so yeah. It's not perfect, is it? But it's working better than anything that's played GameCube so far. Okay, let's try another GameCube game because this one is quite demanding, isn't it? I've got to say, the sound out of this phone is really loud, and it's not even all the way up yet. Unfortunately, this game doesn't work properly either. Oh, and it's frozen. Okay. Oh, it's back again. Yeah, it looks like GameCube emulation is still a little bit too much for most mobile devices. So this is Sega Dreamcast emulation, and we are going to take a look at something a little bit different this time. This is Res. Okay, analog controls are working just fine. That's lovely and smooth. No problems at all. Okay, this is where the game's going to pick up a bit now. Yeah, we've got some textures. Okay, I can honestly tell you that playing this on this phone feels just like playing it on a Dreamcast. Nice and smooth, feels good. So there you can see that this thing plays games pretty well, but I don't think that the type of person that buys this phone is going to be gaming on it. It's more like the type of phone that somebody that goes camping or goes, you know, roughing it in the forest or whatever, or maybe they need to do some dangerous work up mountains like here. They're the type of people that are going to buy this phone. And, you know, somebody who's not going to be home for a while, or maybe they need some extra battery charge, you can actually charge other devices from this device, so you can reverse charge. And with a 21,000 milliamp battery, yeah, you're not going to be worried about energy anxiety. It's going to be perfectly fine. Now, because this is sort of an outdoors type phone, it does have some outdoors features on it, such as we've got an FM radio there, plus this tool bag, which is pretty nice. We've got a voice simulation, which basically just does various different sound effects and whatever. So we've got engine noises, SOS, dogs barking, alarm sound. Now I can't play them because it is pretty late at night. Well, it's 11:05 and my son's in the next room asleep, so I can't play those. We've got the usual things like a timer. We've got this nice little device, which is some sort of accessory for making sure you're dropping a line nice and straight. So as you can see it there, let's see if we can get the phone nice and straight. Yeah, there we go. We kind of got it straight. Let's get out of that. We got a noise detector, which is pretty decent. Yeah, as you can see in this room, it isn't exactly quiet, is it? Noisy. Protractor, compass, and a torch flashlight. And this nice little device, which is a magnifier, basically it just uses the camera on the back to magnify things. Whoa, that is pretty dusty. Okay. And you can also change it to the front camera as well if you wish. There we go. Zoom in on my ugly mug. Whoa, maybe not. So there we have it. That is the Oukitel WP19. Now, if I knew they were going to send me this thing, well, which obviously I didn't, I wouldn't have bought the other one. I just used this thing because this thing's better than the one I bought. It's massive, yes. It's not something I'm going to use on a daily basis. But what I would use this thing for actually is a battery bank. A battery bank that just happens to have pretty decent cameras. Plays good amount of high-end emulation. Of course, it plays all the lower-end emulation as well. It, you know, can be used to watch the net, YouTube, whatever. But most importantly, it can be used as a massive battery bank. 21,000 milliamps. Jeez. So, yeah, that is this phone. It's not cheap. So, yeah, it depends if you're looking to splash a bit of money. But overall, not a bad bit of kit, especially one that you don't have to worry about dropping it in the water, getting all dust all over it, whatever. It's going to stand up to it because it is properly rated. Again, specs are over there. And yeah, this is certainly going to stand up to more punishment than your latest iPhone or your latest Android. That's for sure. Alright, I'm going to put a link in the video description down below for anyone who wants to pick up one of these. And yeah, again, thanks to Oukitel for sending this over. I didn't ask them to do it, they just sent it over. So yeah, big thank you to them. One thing though, before I finish, the camera. I had some issues when taking 64 megapixel pictures. There were times when I was taking a picture in daylight where it'd come out with a purple hue over it. So I don't know if it's going to do it now. Let's just switch on the light here on the camera and see if it's going to give me the purple hue. No, it seems to have worked. Okay. And there were other times when I took a 64 megapixel camera shot and it didn't process it. It just kept trying to load. So let's try again. No, it's processed that one. There's the one that we took previously. Alright, well that's a bit weird. So there's a little bit of a bug in the camera software. But maybe that will be updated with a future firmware update. But yeah, that's the only real issue I've had with this in the week that I've been using it. Okay guys, until next time, take it easy, keep on gaming, and enjoy your games. See ya.